Good evening. I am on a mission to make buying second-hand the new normal. Dave touched on the waste hierarchy a bit in his speech. So at the pinnacle of that, you've got waste avoidance, minimising it, redesigning the product, that kind of thing, in order to cut down on the number of materials and hard resources that you're using. After that comes reuse. Now, as the youngest of 3 siblings, I got a fair bit of practice of reuse at an early age of being dressed in my siblings' hand-me-downs, but it's a lot bigger than that these days. Reusing can be reusing it in its current form, be it a piece of furniture, that kind of thing. Upcycling it, so you might change it into something else. It might have once been a suitcase, you might stick some legs on it, paint it up, turn it into a funky retro coffee table. It also includes repair, so restoring it, refurbishing it, repairing it with new parts to extend the life of it. Then comes recycling, which also important, as Dave's touched on, but it also has its limitations. Items aren't always recyclable. There may not always be a market for the product or byproduct that's produced. And it also requires a constant cycle of waste to keep it going. So you prefer to look at to minimising it. After that goes material resource recovery, and then, unfortunately, in the end, landfill. So the circular economy, which Dave also spoke about, the closed loop system, is about rethinking the design from the manufacturer's point of view. It's about the reuse, accessible repair and recycling, the retail and recycling system, the responsibility, of the manufacturers and retailers, and then also the consumer behaviour, changing buyer behaviour so that people start thinking differently about things. As Gemma mentioned in the introduction, the Bower's been around for 22 years. It started as a local inner west little store of like-minded individuals in the community. We now service 21 councils across Sydney with our collection and rehoming service, and work with several others through our repair cafes, workshops, and other programs. We also run an outreach program, House to Home, where we furnish the homes of domestic violence victims and refugees and asylum seekers, giving them dignity and self-actualisation with a new home. As well as our collection and rehoming service and our workshops and our store offering low-cost furniture and building materials, I've also over the years developed a reuse database. It's a database of over 1,000 organisations who work in the reuse, repair and recycling sectors, so that if you come to the Bower and want us to take something and we're not able to take it because it's not one of the streams that we take, then you have a reference point to go to our website, find another alternative solution. And this is great. It's encouraged a bit of a feedback loop of customers who then tell me about new places that have come up. Also, I've noticed the surge, especially lately, of buy, swap, sell groups in local areas on Facebook. You've got Free Cycle. Street Bounty is a very popular one, especially at the moment. While I can't condone dumping things on the curb, there has always been a natural kind of cycle of people putting things out and other people picking it up, especially the type of people who come to the YHA, transient residents who might then hire a van and go travelling for 6 months before going back overseas. They put their things out, and the next person doing a similar thing picks it up. And so that has kind of worked in a way, unofficially. These days it's getting a bit smarter with websites and people pointing it out, that kind of thing. You've all, of course, heard the adage, apart from our store and reuse database, we also believe education to be the main tenet of our purpose. We do this through workshops and repair cafes. You've all heard the old adage of give a man a fish he eats for a day, teach a man to fish he eats for a lifetime. We believe the same is true with teaching people refurbishment and repair skills. And so that's what we've done. I believe that every town needs a Bower, And in future, I'd like everyone to think second-hand first.
Yep.